Has several addresses. We have figured out, we've discovered a way with Mr. Black that we can shave some time off, and so Chris has several addresses. And so after his report, we'll need a motion to have a hearing August 6th. But go ahead, Chris, and give us,
It's kind of like the mayor said, we reached out to Shane to find a quicker way.
are you on?
We reached out to Shane to find a quicker way to get this done, and we've got it, I think, as quickly as we can get it now. When I send out a letter, it gives them 10 days, but it also gives them notice of a public hearing. But it will be at the second from then council meeting, and that is because you guys have to call the public hearing. I cannot. Even though I kind of said it on that letter, I'm gonna have to request it each time from you guys the meeting before to have it. So this is for August the 6th. I'm going to ask y'all to call a public hearing on about 12 addresses. Now, that all won't have to be heard that night because 3 or 4 of them have already came into compliance. And we will continue to check them. We'll even check them that day. So the only ones y'all will hear that day will be the ones that are not in compliance.
Okay, go ahead and give us the addresses, and if they have any questions during break, they can ask you.
Yes.
These are grass.
Right.
Well, one is garbage, but
Okay.
it has to go
Through the
the other
Shane
process.
Okay.
4238 Centerwood, 4108 Powell, 4207 Silver Lake, 6805 Ashbury, 6908 and 6909 and 6921 Brandy Circle, 6966 Rebecca, and 6760 Ridgewood. The ones in Brandy are in the new subdivision. 2 are pretty much already corrected, and 2 of them are rental companies that have already reached out. So they should be corrected as well.
Okay, so when we get to that, I'll just seek a motion to call a public hearing August the 6th for the address list.
And
that he'll-
I'll go type a list right quick.
Okay.
For you and Heather.
That'd be
Do
great.
y'all need one?
Yeah, just
Okay.
print, just print 10 or whatever. Okay. And you're right, hopefully, also to save time in the meeting, we are thrilled to report that, was it 4359 Oak Street?
Yeah, the one you done last, we didn't have to cut
it
it.
the next day or within 2 days. So, which is our preference. That's our preference.
No, this has been, I like this. It takes too long. I like this because it's gonna be on minimum of 21 days, but maximum about 35, just depending on how the meetings fall. But that's enough time to bring it into compliance, but that's also a short enough time that the people living around it that's better than 6 months.
Right, and a sign will come after we set the hearing,
When I
correct?
send the letters,
Okay,
more than likely, depending,
Okay.
again, it's all depending on the number of days.
Right.
Not necessarily.
Okay.
If it's been 10 days, I'm going to stick a sign in there whether y'all call it or not,
okay,
because I'm going to come ask you to call it and y'all are going to call it.
okay.
And I don't mean that way. I mean,
No,
y'all,
we'll ratify your
Yes,
notification.
absolutely.
And you send it
Absolutely.
certified, correct?
I just need you guys, no, not on this. I just have to
People
post
that
the
get 'em,
property.
we just normally send them postal.
Okay.
No, they're getting one letter, that's the notification, the 10
And a sign.
days, and the
And a sign.
notification of the public hearing. 10 days after the mailing of the letter, according to Shane, is when we need to post the property.
Okay.
So hopefully that'll speed things
Kind of
along.
curb it up, yeah.
Okay. All right, when we get there, anybody want to take that motion?
I will.
Okay,
You better.
I am. I'm on it.
okay.
I need
All
a
right.
list.
The budget was lengthy. Next year, it'll be a much easier process for the staff and me. Brad, you want to take the budget when we get there? I will talk about the ALDOT permit. I'll in brief, as y'all know, some of the news media put pictures of the current crossing at 79. Jefferson County Greenways called me the next day as well. Their phones were exploding because everybody sort of tied 2 and 2 and 2, and a lot of people thought the Beltway was going through the Turkey Creek Nature Preserve, not realizing that Turkey Creek flows from Clay to the Hallmark Farm in Warrior. and we believe our best information based on a map. The permit area is actually just south of Morris on Glenwood Road, where it crosses Glenwood Road. I'm gonna try to, of course, continue to have more information, but talked to Mayor Pilot over in Morris just to make sure we were on par. But the crossing is not in Pinson. We'll certainly keep an eye on it. It's actually adjacent or right close to Morris, but it is not going through the Turkey Creek Nature Preserve. So that's very important. Let's see here. We'll talk about July the 11th. That was a great day. A little warm to be grilling, but nonetheless, it was a great day. About 200, at least 200 were served, and I don't know, the hot dogs, I don't know how many we ended up splashing or touching the trucks, but great day. Appreciate Dawn and Allison kind of getting that going. I had our first, or participated in my first meeting on the ALM Executive Board last week. Very informative. Some of it ties into data center. I'll punt that till the end, but I did learn there's going to be I hate to say miniature is not the right word, a smaller version of the retail association in Atlanta in October. And so I'll certainly be planning to go to that. That is going to, ALM's going to have a booth available to Alabama municipalities, so that's an exciting move. Most of, for the public, you might know that the big one is in Las Vegas, which is a little bit cost prohibitive, and takes you a day just to get there. But at any rate, I'll keep y'all posted as we get closer and those dates are confirmed, but I'm excited about that. Commissioner O'Toole and I met with some very good candidates, and I'm going to appoint Montrese Lemaster to the unexpired term of on the Planning Commission. Then we may have another one coming up, and we'll handle that when we get there.
And this is to replace who?
Dorland, Terry,
Okay.
and I think it goes through 27. Many of you might, very involved in band boosters and things like that. You probably met her. Worthy worker in the concession stand, as Brad will appreciate, and went to Pinson. I'm not sure when she graduated, but at any rate, a local business owner on Main Street. So anyway, very excited. We had some great candidates. Matter of fact, we for our next opening already probably have a candidate or two in mind. Dawn and I had the opportunity to attend the Centerpoint Fire Station opening, or I'm sorry, groundbreaking. We hope that station is open within about a year. Perhaps the chief will be here to talk about it, but I'm as excited as they are because I believe Chief or Jody Harris or one of them, the majority of the time, Station 2 must turn left and go down to serve the Pawnee or Springdale, Ketona. So, of course, that's a long response time, but that will also take a lot of load off Station 2. So very excited about that. They have sealed the parking lot at Rock School. They are doing work at Bicentennial. We are looking at closing Bicentennial August the 2nd. I believe that's a Sunday. So they can do the main driveway, which would be the only piece not done at that time. So I'll keep y'all posted if the weather cooperates there. I am getting a quote for the city hall here. You know, that's the thing. You know, that looks so good, now it makes us look not so good. So I'm getting a quote for city hall as well as the community center. We had, I think was across, I believe it was 34 seniors, Dawn?
There was a bunch. 44.
44? I thought it was 34.
We
44.
ended up getting, 2 more tables out and
Okay.
chairs. It was
Oh,
packed
wow.
to the gill.
Okay.
It was.
We had a conflict, but they'll be back across the street next time, but that's okay. They made new friends that
They
way,
did,
right?
yeah.
So,
People that had not been, so they're good.
okay.
That's fine.
That's all right. I think well, they are looking at a bonus since we have 5 Wednesdays, but that's not confirmed, so I'll keep y'all posted there. We discovered, what, Wednesday? Yeah, I guess yesterday. The heat and air at the Palmerdale, one unit was repairable. It had a bad capacitor. The other unit is just completely failed. Some of you might remember those units were 11 models, so that makes them, what, 15 years old? So Hemp Hill has provided the quote there, and since we're gonna be 3 weeks, I suppose I could have done it, you know, in the absence of a meeting on an emergency, but since we were meeting tonight, I tell you what, Noel, you wanna do that?
I don't have, yes. I've got it, let me get it here in front of me.
If Noel will offer it, I'll call for immediate consideration, if that's okay with y'all, to go ahead and, since that missed our Tuesday deadline. Quote for $16,967, and that'll give us a brand new one and the repaired one, so, usage is increased up there a little bit, activity, so that's great.
Should we
huh?
fix one that's 15 years old?
The auditorium.
Okay, I mean, do we want to fix one that's 15 years old?
No. I'm sorry. There are 2 systems. One system was repairable with the capacitor. One system, the compressor was completely gone.
Okay,
And so we're replacing, I don't remember if it was right or left, but we're replacing the completely failed system. He's already repaired the system that could be repaired, if you follow me.
gotcha, okay.
Yeah, no, these are
Gotcha, I'm sorry.
15 you're right, 15 years old. Dawn can remember, we were very proud to get those in back at that time. So Ms. Moore didn't want to have air conditioning in there, but we overruled her, and so we're putting it in. So anyway. All right. In your packet, you have a very small map of what I'll call Dawn's fruit stand, but it's basically the map that we will submit for the sign. The candy striped area is the floodway. As you can see, the location of the sign is barely in the edge of the floodplain. The county FEMA person, Mr. Gunner's already said that would be close enough out and small enough where he would approve a floodplain. So we did need to move it a few feet further away from the highway to ensure we were out of Aldot's right of way. So just wanted to let you know what that was. And we're pressing on, so to speak. All right, next item was first presented last time concerning activities on public property. Anyone want to offer that? I tell you, Paula, you want to take it?
I will.
And then the last item, speaking of the budget, y'all, as I mentioned last time, I don't normally include grant income because it can be uncertain, but I did in the budget, in part because Jefferson County Commission, as you see, has proposed to give us $75,000 for, wait a minute, is the agreement not here?
No, I don't see
I
the
don't see it
agreement.
either.
I don't have it. I was gonna tell you that. I was looking to see if you had it.
Okay, we'll go,
Okay.
yeah, can you check, Heather?
I've
Okay,
got it in
the
mine.
copy machine must have eaten it. But in any case, Jefferson County, it was in your email, right? Okay.
It's in Brad's packet.
It's in my packet.
Oh,
Okay.
I don't have it. You have it. The attachment.
Now, not the 12-month, theirs goes straight from 12.
Yeah, mine goes to 12 months, straight to
Okay,
12 months.
if you'll print the agreement, it essentially says we'll use $75,000 for ballpark improvements We won't, pass through, give it to anybody else, that sort of thing. I believe that was in your email on Tuesday,
Oh, you
got
got
the
the whole thing.
I got the resolution, but
but not the, probably
Not
not,
the
okay, the
agreement.
copy
yeah,
machine.
I don't have the actual.
We'll get it
The
for you in a
agreement.
minute.
Yeah, I
Okay.
don't even have all
So-
that.
Obviously, it is, I think, reasonable to deduce that we will get at least 75 of those grants, and there's some others. So let's see, who likes ballparks and grants? Brad,
I
you
don't
want?
like ballparks.
Brad
do.
loves the ballpark, okay. And then lastly, hopping back to the league for a moment, the data center issue actually came up as it pertains to infrastructure. And setting aside, there are some good features, to be brutally honest, what the speaker said. They don't have trucks going in and out, and they never throw loud parties. So they can be a good neighbor in an industrial setting. But one big issue is the infrastructure, particularly the power. And matter of fact, the speaker urged to make sure that if we are considering one, if there's any power infrastructure, that make sure that's borne by the company and not the utility. So, matter of fact, most jurisdictions are passing a 1 year. Matter of fact, unincorporated Jefferson County zoning has passed a 1 year till kind of everybody can get on the same page. So, Mr. Black and some of his associates have written this we took one, Bob had one, I think that Kimberly had done. In any case, I'll just let the record reflect that this is first reading. I'll let him go over it with you next time. So everybody can get their arms around it. We have not had, we've not had an application. Perhaps a little bit too rural, but nonetheless, we want to be ready when and if that comes. So I'll offer that for first reading. Then we have an executive session for real estate. And don't think that'll take too long, maybe 20 minutes. And matter of fact, y'all remind me, I'll release the clerk and Jaleesa, and we'll take real estate and then adjourn. So given last week, we shouldn't be as long as last week. So, all right, that's the agenda. So we will convene wait a minute, Chris has we'll convene in about 8 minutes. Good evening. If you'll stand with me for the invocation, that'll be followed by the Pledge of Allegiance. If you'll silence your electronic devices. Join with me. Lord, thank you again for this free country, for all those that paved the way so many years ago for us to have the freedom to even pray and have this meeting tonight. We do ask special blessing and protection on those serving to continue that freedom, as well as the first responders in this weather. Give us your wisdom tonight in all that we do. In your name we pray. Amen. Thank you. May be seated. Oh, I'm sorry, pledge. Thank you. I got ahead. Counselor Walker, thank you. I'm sorry.
Attention, salute, pledge.
Thank you. Now you may be seated. Dawn's wearing off on me from last week, so, all right.
Oh, goodness.
All right. Madam Clerk, can we have the roll call?
Yes, Counselor Thompson,
Here.
Counselor Walker,
Here.
Counselor Tanner. Here. Counselor Sims.
Here.
Counselor Holt.
Here.
Mayor Sanders.
All are present. Here, all are present. Counselor Holt on the minutes.
Yes, I'd like to offer a motion to approve the minutes and waive the reading from the July 2nd council meeting.
Second
Second.
by Sims. Discussion. In favor, aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. And that's unanimous. Counselor Tanner on some bills.
Yes, Mr. Mayor, I'd like to make a motion to pay the bills in the amount of $109,778.87.
Second
Second.
by Walker.
There's just the one where we paid for audit.
The
It
audit.
was $22,795. Then everything else is pretty.
Yeah, we
Standard.
did have some maintenance at the park. Bicentennial, y'all might have noted some repaired or replaced light fixtures over there, but just part of doing business. Further discussion? All in favor, aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. And bills are unanimous. All right, Chris, come on up with your report.
As we talked about in pre-council, I'd like for you guys to set a public hearing on these addresses, and I'll read them out. But they're either in violation of the city weed and grass ordinance or the clean city ordinance. Well, the clean city on Ridgewood, we'll set the public hearing, y'all look at pictures, and then we'll send that one to, Mr. Black. The other ones, if by August the 6th, they're not done, y'all will then vote on whether abatement's necessary, and if it is, we'll go cut it. Again, all these won't be sent to you that night because a couple of them have already been brought into, most of the way into compliance, but I don't want to take them off of here just in case they don't finish by then. But the addresses are on grass is 4238 Centerwood Road, 4108 Powell Avenue, 4207 Silver Lake Drive Road,
Road, yeah.
6805 Ashbury Drive, 6908, 6909, 6921 Brandy Circle, and 6966 Rebecca Lane. And the trash is 6960 Ridgewood Drive.
All right, y'all heard the report in pre-council and officially now. Is there a motion to set abatement hearings August 6th for this list of properties by Thompson?
Yes, Mayor, I'd like to offer a motion to set a public hearing for August the 6th for abatement cases listed above.
Second
Second.
by Tanner. Discussion. All in favor, aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. All right, so we'll
Yes.
hope they comply by the time. Yes.
After pre-council, between pre-council now, Councilman Tanner asked about the 7306 Highway 75.
Oh, yeah, give an update.
Well, it is the time, Hal wasn't here today, Hal communicates through with those guys. They did clean it up, they got everything out to the road on the outside, but that's been a minute. And but they did come get a permit. They got a permit for general remodel and something else, I forget what it was. They are making some headway. My suggestion would be if, we talked about this, I think the general is giving them till August the 20th.
Okay,
They need to come up here and give us a plan.
okay.
Yeah, a plan. At this point, we're what? This is the second month of it being, and they got some accomplished in 2 months, but I don't know if we got enough accomplished in
Okay.
2 months. So I would say we'll get with Hal to get with them and let them know they need to come August the 20th. And again, that's not my decision,
No,
guys,
that's
that's on
fine.
you.
No, I think so.
Was
August-
tonight a postponement night for that address?
Well, I don't think we told them that,
Okay,
but we kind of talked about it the first 30 days, and now it's the second 30 days.
okay. Well, just to make it official, is there a motion to continue 7306 Highway 75 until, what was the date? August 20th?
Second meeting.
Okay. A motion by Tanner, second
Second.
by Thompson, and that's 7306. Discussion? All in favor, aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no, and that passes. I agree, it does look much, much, much better, according to Counselor Holt, so, thank you, Chris. All
Mayor,
right,
can I say
yes.
something real quick?
Uh-huh.
When we were talking about some of the grasses on the streets that Chris called out in the trash, I encourage all residents to please call in and notify. We've had a lot of residents that have now been taking the time, who are now knowing that they can say something, and they're calling and they are giving us addresses, and sometimes they are in the city limits and sometimes they are not, and if they are not, then Mr. Sherritt can turn them over to Jefferson County to have those checked. But it's so important, and I think that we've made a lot of progress in the last couple of months with trash
Yes.
removal and these abatements and going out and checking these properties. May not be as fast as we would like, but I think we made a lot of headway.
Yeah, and
I think
yeah,
it's gonna be very,
it-
very
yeah,
good.
in fact, thank you, I meant to put it on the agenda and I didn't. We had over 100 residents participate in bulk amnesty. I'll maybe have something for y'all next time, but perhaps we could do that, let's say, every other month, the last week of the month, or something.
think that-
Still be a call-in, because, but any rate, that was we got several loads.
Yeah, it
you know,
keeps it off
cleaned
the
up.
roadways and it keeps it out from behind the thrift store.
That's right. All right, as to the budget, I proposed the budget last time. I did include, as I mentioned, some grants that we'll talk about more in a moment, but I believe Mr. Walker has a motion to adopt.
Yes, I would like to make a motion that we adopt the budget as presented for fiscal year 27.
Second?
Second.
But Tanner by nose, I think there. As I mentioned last time, the categories will more closely align with Tyler for next year, but I believe it's a good budget. It does include our 10% savings, if you will, but it is a little historic. I know it is grant-driven, but the general fund budget, I believe, well, I'm sure for the first time, slightly exceeds 5 million. So very proud of that, to be a very young city. So anyway. All right, further discussion? All in favor, aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, no. And the budget passes, so we will get that loaded into Tyler, and that will even better improve the reports that y'all get, so. All right, just speaking to the ALDOT, well, the article about the ALDOT permit, some of the mainstream media had a picture of the 79 crossing and talked about the Turkey Creek permit. The location, the affected location is actually over in the Glenwood area, where Glenwood will cross 422, or the Beltway. So the Greenways Commission actually called me too. They were receiving calls. The Beltway is not going through the Turkey Creek Nature Preserve. Let's remember that Turkey Creek actually flows from Clay all the way to the Hallmark Farm over in Warrior. So while we will be monitoring it, we'll try to get a little more information. The permit area, our best information is that is actually due south of the Morris limit, where Glenwood crosses, Beltway crosses Glenwood, or vice versa. But we'll keep you updated when I get a little bit better map and information. But the permit has nothing to do with the nature preserve. It's the Beltway over in the Glenwood area. We had a great day, July the 11th. I wish the creek flowed through the park that day, but good day. We served over 200 hot dogs, had quite a number participate. The park was full. Appreciate First Baptist as well as the library. It was a great day. And then if you're sports inclined, the Kool-Aid camp was of interest to many of our residents. So a great day. I attended my first opportunity on the executive board with the league last week, and a couple of noteworthy items. There is going to be a smaller scale retail opportunity, a convention in Atlanta in October that was announced, so I'm planning to go to that. Some of you may be familiar with the larger one in Las Vegas, which is time and cost prohibitive for this side of the country, so I'm hoping to take advantage of that. The Alabama League is going to have a booth and be promoting, of course, Alabama municipalities, so I'll keep y'all posted there. Also, one of our speakers concerned data centers, but let me loop back to that in just a moment. Also, Commissioner O'Toole and I met with several candidates, and I'm appointing Montrese Lemaster to fill the vacancy of Dorland Terry on the Planning Commission. I believe that concludes in 27. And we had several good candidates. There's a vacancy, the next vacancy. I think we already have some good candidates. So Ms. Lemaster will join us. We do have a zoning case coming up similar to Rudd Road, but over on Sweeney Hall at our next meeting, so be aware of that, and we'll, of course, post the date. 28, thank you, Chris. Station 3 of Centerpoint, I don't see, they may be on calls tonight, had a groundbreaking this past week for Station 3 in Pawnee. That not only will better serve the Pawnee Springdale area, but that will be wonderful for Pinson because it will take quite a bit of load off Station 2. And I'll get the chief to talk about that more capably at another meeting. But
That's right.
yes,
I just wanted
Dawn.
to add, this concept's a little different because they're also gonna have a community center and a storm shelter there. So it's gonna be an all-inclusive for that area, you know, for them to have somewhere to go and all that. So that's pretty impressive.
Yes, yeah, that's exciting for them, but will directly
Yeah,
help
help us.
Pinson too. So, all right. Speaking of the Rock Schools, some of you probably noted how nice the Rock School looks. We're now working on Bicentennial. We may close Bicentennial August the 2nd because the driveway will be the only missing piece at that point. So we'll keep you posted there. I'm also getting a quote for City Hall and the community center. So the Rock School is now outshining us, and we can't have that. So anyway, looks great over there. We did yesterday. I'm sorry,
Mayor,
Brad.
sorry, just
Sure.
don't forget closing the park to pave the driveway on August 2nd.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't hear that,
Oh,
sorry.
I'm sorry. Yeah, that's the
I didn't
that's
catch
the
the
plan.
date.
Yeah, yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah. the
Dawn's contaminating this end of the.
Okay. Okay. Yes, we will tentatively close Bicentennial August the 2nd. It will be closed, of course, that Monday anyway, or the mostly closed, and we'll fully close it. But
It'd be great if we could get some of that pressure washed over there and over here like we did over at the Rock
yes,
School. That
actually,
makes
we're
a
working
huge
on
difference.
some of that. So they did a good bit before the 11th, and going to continue Monday. There's Chief. I'll let him talk at the end. Good. Okay, HVAC. Some of you might remember we were very pleased to install some HVAC in the auditorium or gym at the Palmerdale Center some 15 years ago. We had trouble this week, or were alerted to trouble. One unit was repairable with some capacitors. The other unit is completely failed, and Counselor Holt has a motion for immediate consideration.
Yes, I'd like to offer a motion to approve the purchase of a new air conditioning unit in the amount of $16,967.22.
Second,
Second.
by Thompson, consent to consider, since that was after our Tuesday deadline.
Counselor Thompson,
Yes.
Counselor Walker,
Yes.
Counselor Tanner,
Yes.
Counselor Sims,
Yes.
Counselor Holt,
Yes.
Mayor Sanders.
Yes, consent passes. Certainly no one can argue with heating and air. But we do have two of the three systems going, and hopefully this will not be too terribly long.
One of the first, when Prince McCain City, one of the first debates was held there, remember?
Oh, sure.
Remember, it was
Oh,
so,
yeah.
the bands
Before
were
it became a
going.
city, yes.
Yes.
Yeah, I remember when the first ones, it was
That's right.
hot, but it was,
I was there.
it was okay.
Yes, that was, some of those, we had residents at the time when we,
It was
when we
full.
did this, yes.
It was
as-
packed.
Say that they never thought they would live to see air conditioning in the Palmerdale School.
I remember
And-
that.
And so that was, we were proud to do that 15 years ago.
And we've actually held council meetings there, and I would love to hold other
Okay.
ones there. We need to put that.
Yeah, we'll look at that
So
for
people can go
December,
and
as
visit.
usual.
We haven't done
It-
that in a
Having
long
the
time.
daytime, and that way people
I
that
think that'd
don't
be a
great
come
idea.
at night can come in the daytime.
Yeah. All right, roll call vote on the motion.
Counselor Thompson?
Yes.
Counselor Walker?
Yes.
Counselor Tanner?
Yes.
Counselor Sims?
Yes.
Counselor Holt?
Yes.
Mayor Sanders?
Yes, that passes as a motion, and so I will approve that tomorrow. All right, the sign, as most of you know, we are working on two signs. We have the surveyor's report for what some of us affectionately call Dawn's Fruit Stand there at the corner. There's a small one in your packet. If you'd like to see this one closer up, you're welcome to do that. But this is the one that we'll be filing with the floodplain administrator. He's already given us a visual on-site approval pending the actual survey, so hopefully we'll be moving forward with that very soon. All right, Counselor Sims, on a matter of old business concerning use of public property.
Yes, I'd like to offer an ordinance concerning the use of public property and prohibiting certain activities on public property.
Second?
Second.
By Thompson. This was read last time, and to give full credit, this is very similar to our sister city of Homewood. Passed this recently concerning activities in the park, encampments and lengthy uses of benches and things like that. So full thanks to our sister city. Mr. Black did modify it a little bit for our facilities here. But this will help enforce behavior and certain activities on our public property. We had a second, right? All right, roll call vote on the main ordinance.
Counselor Thompson?
Yes.
Counselor Walker?
Yes.
Counselor Tanner?
Yes.
Counselor Sims?
Yes.
Counselor Holt?
Yes.
Mayor Sanders?
Yes, and that is unanimous, 2026-31.
And
All right.
again, if a resident sees something.
Correct.
Please say something, because we can't be everywhere.
That's right. Next item, Counselor Walker on some grant money. I tell people we have plenty of money, we don't need anything. I'm just kidding, but they still want to give it to us. This concerns a county commission grant through Commissioner Knight. Counselor Walker.
We are not opposed to accepting free money.
That's right.
So I'd like to offer a resolution to authorize the mayor to enter into an agreement with the Jefferson County Commission for a grant in the amount of $75,000 to be used for our public areas, parks, ball fields, all that stuff.
Second?
Second?
By Tanner. Yes, Commissioner Knight, sometimes they have different pools as well, but Commissioner Knight called me several weeks ago and wanted to come see our sports complex and said, hey, I believe I have some grant funding that would be applicable here. And I said, well, we started some lighting and paving they did a couple years ago, and that would be great to continue that. So in brief, this says we will use it appropriately, follow all laws, not pass it through another organization, et cetera, et cetera. So we had a motion and a second. All right, roll call vote on I'm sorry, any other discussion? We appreciate Counselor Knight and the commission.
Absolutely.
And Danny Garrett and others that have some grants coming our way. Roll call vote on the main resolution.
Counselor Thompson?
Yes.
Counselor Walker?
Yes.
Counselor Tanner?
Yes.
Counselor Sims?
Yes.
Counselor Holt?
Yes.
Mayor Sanders?
Yes, and that passes resolution 26-31 unanimous. And lastly, you've heard a lot of talk about data centers in the news. Most jurisdictions, including unincorporated Jefferson County, have or are doing a one-year moratorium where this is a new thing where we need to get some ordinances written and zoning and other matters. So let the record reflect, this is first reading, and I'll let Mr. Black go over it a little bit more next time. This actually came up at our league meeting, and the director of the co-op association, which handles, of course, the southern part of the state, his caution was to make sure that any infrastructure cost would be borne by the applicant and not the homeowner, for example. There are some pros. They don't have a lot of truck traffic. They don't throw wild parties. So in the right industrial setting, they could be a fit, but there are just a lot of things to work through. You've seen it in the news. Many cities are doing this. Many attorneys are working on it. So I'll let Mr. Black speak to it a little bit more in detail at our next meeting. So let the record reflect, first reading on that. All right, let's see. We've handled Chris. Chief, you want to come up and tell us what's new? We already talked about, I won't say we are as excited, but we are extremely happy about Station 3 because that takes a great deal of load off Station 2 so tell us everything that we need to know from Centerpoint Fire.
Yes, sir. Good evening.
Oh, turn your mic, just flip it off and back on there.
Yeah.
You should be good now.
All right. Well, good evening, Mayor and Council and community. So for the month of June for the Centerpoint Fire District, we responded to 894 calls of service. 5 of those were structure fires. 520 of those were EMS calls, and we transported 327 of those. So we had a couple of large fires at the Woodside apartment complex. You guys know that's the vacant complex in Centerpoint. We're still working with Centerpoint on that. That's going to be a while. They're having to eat the cost of that to demolish that complex. So if it doesn't burn down before, it's going to take a couple of years to get that abated out. But we had a retiree luncheon early in June. Was really good for our retirees. Had a big turnout, about 70 people. And then we had actually had a tabletop exercise that FEMA put on and facilitated. It was with the city of Clay, but I think I mentioned it to you. It was really beneficial. It was us, 911, EMA, Sheriff's Department, and we all kind of talked through a scenario if the dam at Cosby Lake failed with a hurricane coming through. That was a scenario. And we found a couple things to work on as far as communication between the cities, how we share information, how we follow up. So we're going to put some things in place going forward. So I thought that was really beneficial. And I asked, who initiated that? And I said, it's just an automatic thing FEMA does periodically for the dams that they have located throughout the area. So, and I think we talked that eventually if that scenario did happen, it would all end up down here. So wish they would have included Pinson in that. But anyway, that was really beneficial for our department. And like I said, the things that we learned we'll be able to share with the city of Pinson as well. Had our awards day June 30th. Thank you guys for coming out and participating in that. I know it was hot, but it was very successful. Everyone that was there was very grateful. I thought it was good to recognize all of our agencies, not just Centerpoint, but we had Palmerdale and Glenwood, EMA, so that was huge. We did our Station 3 groundbreaking, like you said. That's going to be big for our southern end of our Station 2 coverage, because right now this station covers that. It's a good 15-minute response to the far end down there. So getting that in place will keep this truck hopefully more centralized for the Pinson area that it's covered now. And we actually made it through the 4th of July with only one structure fire, believe it or not. So we're glad that worked out. Our golf tournament is August 17th, so it's still coming up. And it's July, it's hot, kids are out, there's a lot of traffic at times, so be careful as you're out and about. You guys
Well,
got any
I
questions?
appreciate it, Chief. Let me see, I think it was this past Saturday. Y'all never do a good job spacing out your fires, and of course teasing.
I know, right?
I think there was about 2 hours, we had both Palmerdale engines, 3 of your 4 frontline engines in the city of Pinson on 2 different fires. Glenwood was helping on another call to our west, but when it rains, it pours. So we appreciate everything y'all do to protect our residents, so.
Hey, and thanks to Palmerdale and Glenwood, you know, I feel like our departments are really working well together, and we've been talking about ways to increase our automatic and mutual aid, so that just helps us all, you know, and so we're really proud that that's going well.
Yeah, Palmerdale's fire was in the Emerald area, which Engine 4 was a natural mutual aid there from Clay, so,
Yeah, it worked
it's,
out really
it's
good.
wonderful. It's wonderful the way y'all help each other, which
Really
helps
good.
us.
Absolutely, that's what we're here for.
Any questions of
questions?
Chief?
Appreciate what you do.
Absolutely.
Thank you, guys. Thank y'all for your support.
All right, anything else before I go public? All right, nobody run. Any public comment? The architect, the question was about you talking about the veterans? Okay. The question was about the veterans. We gave some feedback to the architect, and he's now reworking some of our input. So we hope to hear back from Mr. Hendon, soon, yeah. I don't know when, but soon. All right. Let's see, I don't see any other, Rocky told me he couldn't come tonight, so, they were thrilled. They had their new truck, our old truck down at the, groundbreaking, so great to see that continue in use. Is there a motion to enter executive session to discuss real estate?
So moved.
Motion by Walker, second
Second.
by Tanner. All in favor, aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. All right, we will be no more than 20 minutes. We'll take a few minutes here. We will have no other action other than to adjourn. I'll appoint Counselor Tanner as acting recorder, so our staff doesn't have to stay that last few minutes. But we'll take a few minutes here, if anybody needs anything.